r/legbeardstories by Redmond Dts. 10 years lost to a legbeard. Hey all, I'm here just to get some experiences off my chest. I was the victim of a legbeard who tricked me and my partner into being her friends. We recently got away from her, but not after a huge blow up. It's been therapeutic to talk about these stories together, and since we are listeners of Vinci, we thought it would be good for us to just get it out there and share with the people of the internet. I've only posted once before, and I'm currently on mobile, so I'm sorry for any mistakes. Please let me know if I can do better. Our cast. Me, female age 26. My partner, female age 25. Legbeard, the pig, we've been calling her that, and you'll see why, female, age 24. We met her separately in high school. I had just moved from another state and was a sophomore. She was a freshman. But we had a few classes together and somehow got the same friend group. The pig was and is a classic, I'm going to dress like a main character, not like other girls girl. Meaning red leggings, anime t-shirts, anime pins and bags, and knee-high boots. She never got new clothes, and slowly I realized she cycled through the same 4 outfits the entire time I knew her. She acted like every boy wanted her, and would pull her already see-through stretched out shirts even lower, so that her ratty bra would show. Now I know I wasn't a fashionista. I wasn't a popular kid, and I was still trying to find my style. I kind of dressed alt and half my wardrobe was just hoodies. But at least I took a shower more than once every 2 weeks, and my hair wasn't always stringy with grease. Important to note, I had just moved with only my mom and brothers, and my dad was staying in our previous state to sell the house. My dad was abusive, and being away from him, I finally had a breath of fresh air. But I was freshly away from him, and had still the mindset of a victim. I'd just bow down to someone who spoke louder than I did. And I was so desperate for friends in a new place, so I just went along with anything. That's what drew the pig to me. She loved to be the center of attention, and would grab me out of conversations, so that I'd just witness her. She'd talk about anime I had never heard of games I didn't care about, and of made up drama she had with people in her life. When I'd show interest, she'd suddenly berate me for trying to like something. And if I didn't like something she showed me, she would only talk about it until I showed any interest out of politeness. She would then berate me for being into things that are old news now, or try to claim everything about it as hers. If I didn't give her undivided attention, she'd pout and huff, and literally lean into my space or the space of other people, so that someone would ask what was wrong. She was so jealous whenever I talked to someone who wasn't her. She'd literally push them or me out of the way and steal my attention. As time went on, she started to touch me more. More than grabbing and pulling. She'd lean on me, trying to make me fall, dig her chin into my body, trying to look cute, but causing me pain. Pinch, slap my hands, look down my shirts, or try to touch my legs. We kept talking when I went to college, and things were better with distance. We'd roleplay with characters we made. I had no idea what she was grooming me for. Only after college did things get really bad for me. My partner had it much worse. I won't tell her story, I'll let her type it some other time in her own words, if she's up for it. The pig would only talk about anime, specifically only a handful. She'd even make me roleplay in these anime for her. I'm a writer, and I thought it was a good way for me to get spontaneous inspiration and learn how good dialogue works. She basically had me make low quality porn for her with these characters. When I was younger, I thought it was great fun, because I was a dumb kid, and it was still a hot topic. But I quickly lost the appeal. There was no plot to these role plays. No substance. No character growth or exploration. Hell, not even real dialogue. Just straight, hi. Hi. You're cute. You too. Let's bang. And if I didn't respond to a text, she'd blow up my phone with pictures, to get me back to meaningless roleplays, or start accusing me of hating her and saying I was making her paranoia or anxiety or PTSD, or whatever was the flavor of mental illness she liked that week act up. Emotionally, she had me in a chokehold. I have tons more about her, and I'm sorry I didn't get into much here. The pig kind of needs groundwork to be understood for the disgusting piece of work she is. Maybe next time, I can go into how she was a pedophile and wanted to make everyone think she was right for it. Part 2. Cast is the same, me, my partner, the pig, legbeard in question. Massive trigger warning for this one, pedophile, mentions of sexual assault, incest, and abuse. Please skip this one, if any of these make you upset. In the last post, I left off sharing how the legbeard who stole 10 years of peace from me was a pedophile. I should start with how the pig thought herself a baby, literally. She once for a short while tried to claim she was a little from DDLG. She would call her mother Maddie, her own baby talk for mommy. There's a whole other thing about her mother and their near incestuous relationship. She would try to get everyone around her fawn over her like a cooing baby. She'd make little noises, fake squeaky sneezes, and act surprised, like she didn't know what a sneeze was, do the baby thing of grunting for something she wants, and do something she calls grabby hands, with a pout that twisted her flabby face, and made her look ridiculous. Think flapping her hands open and closed, duck lips, and a lot of hum, when asking for a soda. She would also do the little kid gulping from a cup with both hands, like she'd never seen a cup of water before. She'd make the biggest loudest gulping noises, then set down the cup, and gasp like she was a fish on land. There were so many other things. But she used these to try to reason that she could lust after children and characters from anime that were children, or looked like it. When our friend group would go out to eat, or be out in public, she'd full on stare at children. Either in jealousy or something else. But without fail, she'd be watching young children. And when she decided to heal her inner child, she'd wear the worst fitting booty shorts that showed her entire flappy unwashed ass and crop tops. She'd go out of her way to stay where children would be and try to show her chest. She'd even pull her shorts up higher and her shirt slower. She would assign people in our friend group roles in a family. I'm a naturally caring person, so I usually have snacks, band-aids, and whatever else. Especially in outings, this is because I'm the eldest and only daughter of Mexican family. Basically, I'm a third parent to my younger brothers. So because I've been hardwired into caring for others, I became the mom. Not mom friend, the mom. There was one guy in our group who she immediately deemed the dad and constantly tried to make us baby her. He did. I was just endlessly embarrassed by her hiding behind me and picking at my clothes like how she thinks cute shy anime girls do. She also elected to make my now partner the baby of the group, someone even more helpless than her. The pig preyed on my partner, demeaning her, pinning her at times, and endlessly nagged her until she cut off nearly all contact with other people, besides the ones the pig chose for her. She would make my partner feel small, and then she'd attack. Literally biting sometimes. And more. In every piece of media, anime being her only choice, she consumed, she'd lust after the younger characters. Not even aging them up. She loved My Hero Academia, and you can imagine which of the most popular 15-year-old characters she loved to set her sights on. She'd reason, it's a flashback, so they're actually adults, it's okay. One of the classic leg and neckbeard excuses. The pig would also use the other classics, such as, they're actually 4,000 years old, it's just a drawing, it's not hurting anyone, and, in Japan the age of consent is 14. As is the norm for those chronically online, she hoarded pictures of anime characters. No matter the character, she'd seek out the art that depicted them as tiny and feeble as possible. Her favorites were the de-aged ones, or styles that made them look like children. And better yet, in her books, if they were falling over, another character also made tiny with their bony asses in the air. She stopped showing these ones after partner's childhood friend called her out for it. But since then, the pig campaigned against him and tried to sever partners' ties to him, like she had done with many others. Thankfully, she wasn't successful with this one. She also made characters constantly look like children and seemed to have an aversion to characters in their 20s. God forbid she have a chapter that was over 40. I would also draw, and whenever she'd ask for a character, I'd ask what they looked like. She'd send pictures of child characters and tell me to make them small and flat-chested and no hips. They always had pigtails and big eyes and the shortest skirts. Each one also had pastel and bubblegum hair. She would always give me angry looks or tell me to change characters if I made them look their actual age. I would draw a 25-year-old as a 25-year-old. An adult with an adult body, height, hairstyle, and clothes to fit personality. If they even had one besides tee, I'm cute, right? In the last installment, I mentioned I had to roleplay with the pig for years. Well, she had to put in her fantasies. All of which she groomed me into, not fighting them, even though I hated them. Here are some of her hits. Babysitter meets the kid they used to babysit, and they do the horizontal mambo. Think late teen and toddler when babysat. Literal freshman in high school hooking up. Infantilized girl wearing Lalita clothing, not even 20, dating men who can be her grandfather. Grown men grooming high school girls. Sexual assault victims falling in love with their attackers. Children getting drunk. Cheating spouses with their childhood sweethearts, with flashbacks to them as children together. And there are more. I literally had hundreds of roleplays with the pig. Most of which I was bullied into. I know this is all horrible. I hate that so much of my time went to all this. And I know I should have stopped the pig in her tracks with all this filth. However, looking back, I see how the pig had manipulated me into not questioning her for fear of punishment. She played on my own trauma of being punished by authority figures and made herself an authority herself. She'd berate and talk down to me and make me feel like shit, everything but leaving physical marks to keep me docile. Anyone who has been or is in an emotionally abusive relationship would understand how hard it is in the moment to fight back against wrong. The pig leaves me physically ill, especially after remembering what she made me give her in role plays. I know these are just small little blips of stories, and believe me, I have stories to tell. This is very therapeutic to put out there. And literally, give me a subject. I'll probably have a pig rant about it. Thank you for putting up with me. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.